Welcome to part 2 of the series Kidnapped in BL, My Boyfriend Kidnapped Me edition. Have you ever reached an episode where things got heated? Everything is at stake and someone's lover is being held hostage by the enemy. Well, this is that point, where one plays the rescuer and the other character plays the rescued. It's do or die, and there is no in between. The adrenaline and fear we feel through our screens, waiting to see how everything will unfold. Will the kidnappers get away and justice won't be served? Or will your knight in shiny armor of BL come and save the day? This is part 2 of Kidnapped in BL series, My Boyfriend Kidnapped Me edition. Starting with the series Heart Killers, following Kant and Bison. Kant works for the police as a spy because they blackmailed him. They always holding his past deeds to threaten him. And Bison is a professional hitman with his brother. When one day the police approach Kant to get information on the two hitman brothers, Kant doesn't hesitate to make sure that his own brother is safe. But Kant was not expecting that he will soon fall in love with his target and Bison, trying to do his last mission before quitting his dangerous occupation. He becomes angry when he finds out that Kant betrayed him. When one day he got hurt on the job, he ended up hurt, and this is where he kidnapped Kant, tortured him for his betrayal. But most importantly, Bison was not angry more than anything. He was hurt that the man he loves was against him. But Kant knows now more than ever he'll never turn Bison in because he loves him. And Bison couldn't hold his cruelty in any longer, putting his walls down for the man he loves. He was indeed hurt, and this showed how much he loves Kant. And despite this hiccup, they conquered, and their trust will be rebuilt again. Because they had already kidnapped each other's hearts. Next up is the series Kidnap, following Min and Q. And just like the name of the series, it's exactly that, a lot of kidnapping happening around in this show. Q is a professional stuntman working hard to make a living, and Min is born under a wealthy family. When one day Q was struggling to make ends meet for him and his brother, a friend approached him to kidnap a rich kid for money, under very suspicious orders and business. Q thought that would be it, nothing more and nothing less, but things took a drastic turn when they instructed him to do something ruthless. Q, just being a stuntman needing money, was now tasked to unalive this man who was in front of him, not knowing what he did to deserve this, and not knowing that later they will change each other's lives. Q contemplated very hard what to do, and Min was not your ordinary hostage. He put up a fight and showed his stubbornness to give in even though he suffers from anxiety. And right at the second, they called Q to confirm if he has completed his task. Q directs the weapon at Min, and Min, not holding down from his stance, accepting his fate. A loud gunshot goes off, and on the other line of the phone call, the enemy thinks the task is completed, and Min is gone, but no. Q is holding Min's mouth to hold from speaking to save his life, to save the love of his life. Following is the series Heart Killers, following Style and Faddle. Style is a mechanic who works with his dad, and Faddle is a professional hitman that works with his brother, and they also work at Burger Shop as a front. These two worlds collide when Style's friend, Kant, who works for the police as a spy because they blackmailed him, asks Style to seduce and distract Faddle while Kant is busy getting info on both the hitman brothers. But when the two friends get exposed of their planning to spy on them and distract them, Faddle gets vicious and kidnaps Style. And everyone knows how dangerous Faddle can be. But in this moment for him, it caused him the biggest wound on his heart to see the man he loves betray him like this, especially knowing that he doesn't trust easily and that he had his walls up for a reason. And even worse, using his dangerous methods to kidnap Style hurt him, to show him that side, that Style loves him, and despite him being scared and making a mistake, he knew Faddle loved him and would never hurt him, and he saw right through him when they met a couple that was getting married on. They kidnapped adventure. And this display of love proved they would get past this. And lastly, it's the series, My Stand-In, following Joe and Ming. Joe is a professional stuntman, and Ming is born under a wealthy family that sometimes invest into various productions. If toxicity was one of the shows, it will be this one. When these two cross paths, it's a mixture of emotions as Ming tries to possessively want Ming but also sabotage him in getting jobs. But when one day Joe was on a job, he was met with an unfortunate fate that led him to his death but ended in another person's body. But this didn't stop Ming, because even though Joe had a different face, he could tell something about him was calling out Joe. So with Ming's temper and jealousy, he kidnapped Joe. In fear he would lose him again after sensing that he might be the old Joe. At this point, we thought Ming had reached the psychotic breaking point. And honestly, I was quite impressed with the way Joe was so patient and remained close to sanity when he is dealing with Ming. I guess we can call it love for them. These two take us on a roller coasters, and trust me when I say you will need to double your seatbelts. When our greatest insecurities and fears face us, we know love will always win regardless how crazy it is. Thank you for watching. That was part 2 of Kidnapped in BL series, My Boyfriend Kidnapped Me edition. I hope you enjoyed.